The Chicago Bulls has made a lot of headway in this coming week for the NBA. We all know how the NBA are planning to make a return, but there's been nothing official yet. With the Chicago Bulls, there's at least two things that's been brought to light in this past week, and it's time to get into both of them. So let's go. What's up everybody, it's the Sports Code aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. This is going to be an NBA update video, a Chicago Bulls update video, because I haven't made one in a while, and there seems to be a lot of news coming to light about the Chicago Bulls and how people feel towards the Chicago Bulls, especially our players. So without further ado, before we start, please like and subscribe to the Sports Code YouTube channel, turn on notifications, share the playlist, share the video, and if there's anything that I will or have missed, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what you think of this video, and of course the news itself. So there's been two things that I want to get really stuck into here. Firstly, I want to get stuck into Jim Boylan. Now, as a Chicago Bulls fan, we all know Jim Boylan has his fair share of hate with the Chicago Bulls and its fans, and maybe even their players. But there's been a lot of rumors that over the coming weeks, Jim Boylan will be fired. Now, we all know Jim Boylan doesn't have the best record when it comes to the Chicago Bulls. He doesn't run the right plays for the Chicago Bulls, and I genuinely just don't think he fits the Bulls' playing style. But there were a lot of rumors beforehand saying that the Bulls were willing to give him a chance, give him that second chance to succeed, and give him the opportunity to try and turn things around with Chicago. However, Arturius has pretty much, people linked with Arturius has said that over the coming weeks, Jim Boylan will likely get the sack. He will likely get fired, and we will be looking for another head coach to replace him. What do you think about this news? Does it rightfully, is this rightfully deserved? Does Jim Boylan deserve a second chance, or have the Bulls decided to become a little bit more ruthless and decide to take action where they know it's not the right man for the job? We'll see what happens over the coming weeks, but these are just the rumors that are coming out about the Chicago Bulls and, of course, Jim Boylan, and it's very interesting. Now, before I give my reaction, I just want to go to the next part of the news that I want to talk about, and it kind of goes in cohesion with the Jim Boylan news. And I want to talk about Lauri Markkanen. Now, Lauri Markkanen for the longest time was a player that we didn't know what his future was going to be, because he said on numerous occasions that he loves the Chicago Bulls, but unless changes in the front office are being made, that he will not re-sign with the Chicago Bulls. He will look to trade. He will look for a trade and go elsewhere. He will not re-sign. And as interesting as that is, we have made front office changes basically for Lauri Markkanen. I'm not saying that's the only reason we made front office changes, but he is the main cause of that. Obviously, having a player as big of quality as Lauri Markkanen and as big as a spokesperson for the Chicago Bulls as Lauri Markkanen, it spoke volumes to what actually is going on behind the scenes. And we've made changes to try and adapt and trying to modernize our structure within the Chicago Bulls. And it's taken a long journey, and to this day it's taken a long time. There are a lot of things that still need to be done, but we're heading in the right direction. And because of that, the actual news, Lauri Markkanen says he would love to resign with the Chicago Bulls. He's happy with the Chicago Bulls, and apparently, in quotes, this is according to reports, in quotes, on a podcast, Lauri Markkanen is beyond excited. He can't even describe how happy he is with the changes. He cannot wait. And I think that's how most players will feel re-entering the season with the Chicago Bulls, knowing that this is a brand new start, a fresh state, a fresh opportunity to succeed. And maybe that fresh start will help encourage the players to get that winning mentality back that they may have lost when playing obviously for a losing team like the Chicago Bulls. And that's the news that I've really wanted to talk about, those two things. Now it's time to get into the reaction of what I believe of these two things. So first off, I want to talk about Jim Boylan, my reaction to this. To be honest, I'm very happy that this is happening. Now, again, we are talking about someone's life here, so I'm not going to say I'm over the moon, I'm pumped, I'm excited to see someone lose their job, because at the end of the day, that's not how the world works, man. I feel like it is the way of life to lose a job, especially if you're not doing well at it. But it doesn't mean people should be over the moon excited about a man losing their job. That's just not, for me at least, that's just not how I work. Of course, if someone doesn't do their job correctly, if someone doesn't do their job to the highest of standards, which is required in an NBA type level, then of course something needs to be done. And I'm happy that that move is being made for the benefit of the Chicago Bulls. And I'm pretty sure Jim Boylan will be accepting of that, because he looks like he is a team player. Jim Boylan looks like he is a team player. He will do what needs to be done for the team, as John Paxson has by stepping down. And again, we need mentality like that. We need a team attitude, and we need a team first oriented type of structure to succeed with the Chicago Bulls. And it looks like the team is coming first here. And again, we've seen Jim Boylan coach. We've seen Jim Boylan do a lot of things. However, the one thing that we haven't seen him do is win on a consistent basis. He's given pep talks to the Chicago Bulls players. He's given very good answers in the media. He's given a lot of things that can make it seem like it's a positive to keep him. However, for me at least, all that matters with a coach and the players is how they perform on the court. Of course, off the court things matter, especially with the players, but the way that the Bulls and their fans see majority of the players is on the court. So we need to make sure that they succeed on the court rather than just being mediocre. That's basically what the Bulls are. We're not the worst, and we have talent to be in the playoffs, but we are mediocre at best at the moment, and we need to be more than that. And some changes need to be made with players, which we'll get into when there's more news about player trades, player talks. But the coaching needs to get changed as well. We've already changed a lot of trainers, player development. We've changed a lot of that, and that still needs to be worked on as well. But the head coach, in my opinion, it starts from there and it works its way down. We get a good head coach, we can start seeing different results on the court. And I think that's the best thing for the Chicago Bulls. We need to see different plays. We need to see better defense. We need to see pace. We need to see all these things, and we need a head coach that could fit that and put that in the right direction. Unfortunately, as what Jim Boylan used to be for the Chicago Bulls, I think everybody was happy when Jim Boylan was put into the head coach. However, things just haven't worked out, and it's time for a change. There's no personal feelings towards Jim Boylan, no personal feelings towards anybody that gets fired, but it's just for the benefit of the team, and I think they can understand that, and I hope they can get through beyond the Chicago Bulls. I hope they can make it, because at the end of the day, it's best of future endeavors, man. We want to see these guys succeed, and we would love to see these guys succeed with the Bulls, but it just hasn't worked out. But hopefully they can end up doing well in another team, another scenario, maybe a different environment will help everybody involved. Now, to get to Lauri Markkanen, this brings me great happiness, man. I'm extremely happy to see that the Chicago Bulls players are happy with these changes, because it makes all of our opinions as fans feel verified, man. We love to see when players are happy, because it makes us happy. And if we are happy of the changes and the players are happy of the changes, guess what's going to happen? When we come back into the season, we're going to hopefully see positive results. Win or lose, or overtime after overtime, it doesn't matter. The fact that the players are going to be happy with this will make us happy, and we're already happy. And hopefully we can see those results or positivity, playing free, being able to get that fresh start and maintain a new level of standards will hopefully be a great thing. And I feel like we're going to see a much better Lauri Markkanen now. I think, despite the regression that people are saying that has definitely happened with Lauri Markkanen, despite the actual stats, all of that, maybe the injury as well, I think the main reason for Lauri Markkanen having an off season is because he just hasn't been happy. I feel like a lot of players are like that, and it's not fair to just say, oh, it's because he's not happy. Of course, he's a basketball player. He has all this money. He has the right to be happy. At the end of the day, you're in the NBA to win games. You're in the NBA to win championships. You're in the NBA to compete every single night. And unfortunately, when you don't get that, when you're in a team, you're not going to be happy, man. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care if you're making $38 million a year. I don't care if you get that John Wall contract. If you do not win games, you will not be happy. It's as simple as that. We've seen it with many, many players, man. Look at Bradley Beal this season. He hasn't been happy. He's dropping 50 left, right, and center. He has not been happy this season. I feel like with the Chicago Bulls, it's a very similar scenario. We had high hopes coming into the season, and we've got let down a bit. But that what makes it happy for me, what makes it exciting for me, is that now our players are starting to shift their mood into just, instead of keeping their heads down, wishing that this season would be over, now we're pumped, we're excited, we're ready for this. We're ready to come into the season. Will we make the playoffs? No, we're probably not going to make the playoffs. But at least now we have a fresh start. We have things to look forward to. Lauri Markkanen has a new start, and new things to look forward to. Zach LaVine has a new start, new things to look forward to. All of our bench, all of our starters, every single player has something to look forward to, has an opportunity to prove themselves, to save themselves from being a trade asset, or to make themselves into something that no one thought they could be. There are so many players like that on this team that have a second chance now to actually prove that they deserve to be on this team, if not a very high asset on this team. I can name a bunch of players. Kobe White, he's one player that has a fresh start, hasn't been starting all season, but he gets the opportunity now, hopefully, to get that start and to get those stats. He's had a fantastic last month of the NBA, and now it's time to continue that. Lauri Markkanen, of course, we're talking about Lauri Markkanen, aren't we? He has a fresh start now. Maybe things will change. Maybe he gets different shots. Maybe he will be switched to center. Maybe he can shoot better. Maybe his confidence will come back. Those are things that will really impact the team. Wendell Carter has been given a lot of stick by myself and by others by the way he handled that question about staying in Chicago long term. But maybe this is a fresh start for him. Maybe he can end up getting that mentality. Maybe he can end up playing power forward. Maybe he can end up being one of the most consistent NBA players that we have in the NBA. These are things that can really happen. Denzel Valentine, maybe he has the ability now to go out there and express himself. We all know Denzel Valentine has talent. Maybe that consistency comes. I know it's not fair to say it's all on the players, but these players must feel excited for this. And I can only imagine how excited they actually are, because the fans, we know how excited we are. We are dying for these changes. We have been crying out for these changes longer than most of these players have been here. But these players now, they've had to deal with this on a first-hand level. They've had to experience things like this. And now that it's changed, they have the freedom now to go and do to go and express themselves on the court. And if it works out, it works out. If not, then they're going to be a trade asset. That is what it is. But at least now they have something to prove, something to actually give them a reason to stay here and to fight for this place and fight for a winning team. Because a lot of these players will probably not make it, and at the end they might not deserve to be here at all. And we're finally going to get to see, hopefully with a new coach and new management, new players, we're hopefully going to see a new Chicago Bulls team, and a team that's ready to fight and express and play free, because that's what winning basketball is. Look at the Lakers, they play free. The Bucks play free. The Warriors play free when they have all their players back, of course. The Rockets play free. Most of the winning teams play free and express themselves differently, and that's what the Chicago Bulls need to find: an identity. And I may have gone off topic. We were meant to be talking about Lauri Markkanen, but again, this is how I feel. I feel like this team in its entirety will have a new, fresh start, a new set of eyes, a new set of competition, a new set of expectations. And I hope that we can actually proceed into the next stage, whether we're returning in Orlando or in the Disney Sports Studio, whatever it's called, or we don't even return at all, we come back next season. Whenever we actually start to play, we need to prove ourselves, and hopefully this will give us the chance to do it. I'm excited, man. I hope all Bulls fans are excited, because this is going to be a very, very, very good opportunity for a lot of people, and including ourselves as fans. Very good opportunity for us to finally stand up and appreciate the change that we've made as fans. Don't forget, man, we are the reason that this change is happening. That All-Star game, that All-Star interview with Zach LaVine, when they were chanting for Foreman to leave, we did this, man. So we deserve to be just as happy as the players and excited. And we are. And I'm very happy this has happened. Again, it's not good to see anybody lose their job, but we need to be ruthless, and we need to move forward as a team, and we need to put the team first, not the people that work for the team. Anyway, that's going to be the end of this video. A very exciting video. It was news related and a reaction. That's how most of my news videos will go from now on. It's going to start off with a little bit of news. I'm not going to keep the news too long, because obviously it's news. We just give you what it is, and then we react to it, man. and the reaction will come later on, which is my personal opinion, what I think about it. So, if you guys are new to the channel, man, please like and subscribe, turn notifications on, and yes, share the video with your friends. Let's build a community. Let's get to 50 subscribers. Let's get this going. Let's get this ship going. And as the Chicago Bulls fan, I'm excited as ever, man. Anyway, hopefully you guys are too. Have a wonderful and safe day. Take care of yourself. Take care and peace.